Hi, I'm Alex, and I'm here to tell you why storytelling is the best quality to have when having a conversation. If you are good at telling stories, you're pretty much good at anything. Now, storytelling isn't just one thing. There's different facets within storytelling. You can assess the situation and assess what kind of story you want to tell. Assess the way that you want to tell it. There's different kinds of stories. There's clever stories. Those stories are for when you're having a conversation and you messed up, so you got to go back, use a clever story to bring that person back on track. There's victim stories. There's villain stories. We know what these are. There's helpless stories. There's different stories that you can tell people that will help them to understand where you're at. When you meet someone, you want to tell them a story about yourself so they get to know you. We're people. We want to interact with other people, and by one way of getting to know someone is by sharing with them a story, because when you share with someone a part of you, they feel like they know you and they feel safe with you. So they're always going to use you in the future as a point of contact. They're going to think highly of you. You're going to build your name by telling stories about yourself. There's different things you can do within stories. You can determine your emotional response, whether it's the setting where you can be super emotional, or whether it's a setting where maybe you're preaching on stage and you're telling a sad story, but you don't want to start sobbing. So you kind of control that. You draw back and you maybe just shed a few tears rather than being completely unaware of your surroundings and just sobbing it out. Obviously, the Holy Spirit will help you determine that. You can draw back or draw forward depending on the situation. I think that's the most important thing with storytelling. It's just going to help you in so many other areas. There are lots of benefits to storytelling too, and a lot of these benefits started when we were kids. They install virtues in you. How many of you have watched Winnie the Pooh, the story of that, their friendship? How many of you has that taught to the value of friendship and the kind of friendship you want to have one day? I think that's amazing. That friendship developed an emotional response. That's another just bonus for having a storytelling quality. It makes you aware of your culture and roots, so you already feel like you're belonged. When someone explains their testimony and yours is similar, they feel like they belong because they realize that you've gone through the same thing that they have gone through. It makes you talk way more clear, way better. You're witty, you're fast on your feet, you're able to communicate, you have a great ability to do that. It improves your listening skills. That's another thing that people love. They don't want to just you to talk to them. They want you to be able to listen to them and with a genuine spirit. And when you're good at storytelling, you're able to process things way better. So that also helps. My last and favorite is that it encourages creativity. It encourages you to be creative in other areas, not just storytelling, but in dance, in music, in songwriting, in sports, and anything. It adds a creative twist when your imagination is able to go there and you're able to really grab a hold. The other styles of communicating don't have this many facets on them. It's normally just that one. But storytelling can take on a mind of its own because that's what a story is. A story can be told in a different way every time, and it's what you think it is. Two people will have different stories of the same account, kind of like Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. The same thing happened, but they had different remembrances of it. That's what makes the Gospels beautiful. That's just really what communicates. So thank you for listening. Bye.